Our ancestors made sense of reality by telling each other stories of their gods.
This is our attempt to bring those tales back to life.
From the primordials we sprang, the first of the true gods. We are the Titans. I am Okeanos, oldest of my siblings, this new breed. From the earth, my mother Gaia, I am sprung. I make the waters that flow across her surface. Each river and tributary, every pool and pond is my domain. A source of sustenance to all beings that would soon walk these lands. My father, Uranus, his blue skies are mimicked in my waves, for I am the forger of all the great rivers. But I do not rule the waves alone. I am Lord. My power is the tsunami, the storm. The deep tides that drag the unwary under. Together with my consort, Tethys, we rule. For she is its sweetness, its life-giving strength. Its many fish and fauna are hers to tend. We weave the waters through the earth and watch as life grows. For her, for our children, for all of the waves, I do not fight. I do not involve myself in the wars of the gods, for she counsels against such things. Our world is enough, our realm largest of all.
I am Tethys, wife to Okeanos, mother to all who dwell within our realms. All. And together we make a new family. Just for the two of us. Our shared kingdom is filled first with the Potmai, 3,000 of our sons, the beloved river gods. Then the sweet oceanids are birthed of our love, 3,000 nymphs of gentle disposition, goddesses of stream and springs. They worry not that their power is limited, for they have each other, they have us to guide them, and they are safe, contented in our waters, in our home, together. My husband defends our realms, and I cultivate. I will not allow the troubles of the land and the sky to darken our waters. I restrain Okeanos when his brothers fall to folly, when his brothers fall to war. For our realm is self-contained, despite running through all others. Our home is the haven from the squabbles and strife.
But we are not the only gods that rule this world. Our brother, Koas, titan of intelligence, curiosity, and divination. His mind is a whirlwind of activity, bursting with creativity. He held the northern sky of Uranus when our siblings betrayed him. His cogent wit surpasses all but one, his wife, our sister, Phoebe. Her radiance is effervescent. She is goddess of radiance and future seeing. But her prophetic wisdom, her mind, had our brother transfixed. Equally matched, they became enwrapped with one another.
From their coupling came forth their first child, Asteria. Blessed with the sight from my siblings, she has the power of oracles, seeing that which may come to pass. Then came their second child, Leto, a goddess of modesty and motherhood. Phoebe teaches her the wisdom she would need to be a mother to all.
He held the eastern sky of Uranus, our next brother, Hyperion, Titan of heavenly light. He watches from above, quiet and adamant in his duties, our sister, Theia, at his side. Her very being made to glow with light, she is a beacon on high, and Hyperion is forever in awe of her, happily surprised when she chose him as partner for eternity. Both ruling the skies with the sparks of their affections, the stars burn brighter in their coupling.
Together in their union, their love brings forth beings of pure light. Their first son, Helios, god of the sun, he will ride a golden chariot, spreading sunlight across the skies. To bring balance, they bore their daughter, Selene, goddess of the moon. In her own silver chariot, she will bestow moonlight to those in the darkness. Then came their final child, Eos, the daughter of the dawn.
Hyperion may be the Titan of heavenly light, but it was our brother Creus who made the constellations. He wields the light of his will. Uneasy with his role, afraid to be in his brother's shadow, there is an anger that grows in him, twisting around his insides like vines. He is building the blocks of navigation and hiding stories in the skies. He should be proud of the role he plays. Yet Creus was not enamored by any of our sisters. But a half-sister, Eurybia, daughter of our mother and Pontus of the vast seas, the same seed can be found in her, unsatisfied, hungry for more. In her, he found an equal and wife.
Whilst he would create constellations, she took after her father. In time, they bore their first son, Astraeus of the dusk. Drawn to his cousin Eos of dawn, their union brings balance to all our days. Their next sons, Pallas and Perses, hold their father's ire. In Pallas is a quiet rage. The young boy's talent lay in warcraft, for he is its god. His time is yet to come. He will be necessary in the war ahead, but not yet. Perses, unlike his brothers, has no chance to hide. Destruction reigns wherever he goes, through no fault of his own. Yet, some joy is found, for Perses is claimed by Asteria, and Pallas is seduced by Styx. But I worry these boys will be brandished like weapons.
Our sister Themis, Titaness of justice. She writes the rules, the laws of the land, that which keeps the young out of trouble. Her steady hand guides the wild wills of our family.
She is yet to meet her match, for he is yet to exist. She watches, with scales and sword in hand, the burden of teaching morality upon her shoulders. In time, she would know the joys of children.
Our sister, Mnemosyne, is so clement. Our brethren seem to forget her role. She is the Titaness of recollection, of remembrance, of memory itself. She paints the past in bright colors, staining old times with sweet nostalgia. She has the power to take who you are away, if she so wished.
But she is too kind to cause harm. She holds her responsibility as sacred and treasures each memory she collects. Our sister told me, in time she too would succumb to the charms of Zeus. Tired from her duties, she will be rewarded.
The final pillar in the rebellion against Uranus was Iapetus, titan of mortality and craftsmanship. He smiled as he held the western skies of our father, reveling in Uranus's disfigurement. Cold calculation 1 minute, burning rage the next. Our brother Iapetus crafted his own weapon, a spear, to hold and help aid him in his duties of life and death, which he takes far too much pleasure in. He took my daughter, Oceanid, Crimene, to stand by his side. We hoped she would ease his temperament. She tried, but our brother is not so easily changed.
Their children bore the unlovely aspects of their father, contained and tamed by their mother in youth, but ready to burst once grown. Atlas, the titan of strength, he has his father's force and grows clever in his tactics. He knows the difference between strength and true power. But their son Menetius is impossible to control. His father's fury has no chains. It fills his head until there is nothing left. He has no choice but to act, to burn in his rage. Spared from this pain is Prometheus, titan of forethought, a visionary who oft squanders his talents, yet even his mischief can lead to wonders, as his are the fires of creation, and he will be instrumental in the forging of humanity. Their last son, Epimetheus, forever mulling the past, the titan of afterthought. He sees what could have been and mourns the loss. Every mistake he is doomed to see again and again and again.
Finally, the last of our brothers, Kronos, the Lord on high since his castration of our father Uranus. He is the titan of time itself. Time consumes all, eventually destroying everything in its path. I have no doubt he will be the downfall of our generation, for Uranus, when struck down by his youngest son, spoke of a prophecy. For this betrayal, Kronos would one day face the same fate. His downfall will come from the hands of his own son. But I often wonder, was this not our father's revenge? Kronos may have won, but he has changed. He is riddled with paranoia. It eats at him and poisons his very mind. Due to the will of my wife, I took no role in the usurping of my father. Again, she counsels me, so I take no part in the fight to come. And she is wise and right, for pitting blood against blood is an abomination.
My heart breaks at the thought of our family torn asunder. Rhea, Titan of fertility, the suffering she has endured at the hands of her beloved, to create child after child, to hold them as they take their first breath and have them ripped away, swallowed before her very eyes, left with empty arms and an empty place inside her. Her love for her husband withered away. Yearning to truly be a mother grew in its place. It grew and grew and twisted. Her pain and love transformed into cold, seething anger. When she is left with nothing, what will she have left to lose? The next gods, children of Kronos and Rhea. The next branches on an ever-growing family tree.
Equally matched in power and potency, or so we thought.
This is not so. They have the greater vim and vigour.
They would be known by a different name.
As our family is torn in two,
The Titans would be forced to pick sides in a battle.
with these new gods, the Olympians,
A war will begin.
a war of our brothers' making.
A war the likes of which have never and will never be seen again.
To be told throughout ages to come.
We,
Oceanus and Tethys, shall have no part in it. We hope we are here to mend what is broken.
by our foolish family. Living mythology is our attempt to bring the stories of our ancestors back to life.
They explained their universe through the medium of their religions.
Their gods were not distant beings of academic study. They were living, breathing entities
that reflected the wants, needs, good and evil in the very heart of humanity.
We only wish to encourage others to study the deep and rich cultures of our forebears.
We hope you have enjoyed our labours. If so, then do consider liking and subscribing.
If you wish to support improvement in our endeavour, then we do have a Patreon as well.
Until next time, be good to all, but most especially yourself.